you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
I'm Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. There you go. When the Iron Lady sings it, ladies and gentlemen, that makes it official. Welcome to the big show. We certainly appreciate you guys coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. I'm just here for the brain bleed people. Welcome to the Chris Voss Show, folks. For 15 going on 16 years, we've been bringing you all the smartest, brightest, brilliant people on the show that bring you the concise version of their whole lives. Whole damn lives. Some of them might be Hollywood people that have multiple lives. You know those folks. But we're just going to stick with one life today. One life to live. I don't know. Is there a song here? I don't know. But the CEOs, the billionaires, the White House presidential advisors, the governors, the Congress members, the U.S. ambassadors, the astronauts, TV, print, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalists, the entrepreneurs, the people who start companies, who innovate ideas, all those folks we have on the show, and they bring to you, as the elite crowd of the Chris Voss Show, the Chris Voss Show Glow, as we call it, where you guys just leave the show going, I am amassed with knowledge, and I am a higher being of IQ. And then, I don't know, you just knock over tables or something after that and be rude. Anyway, guys, we have two wonderful gentlemen on the show to talk about their company, American Liberty Silver, and some of the products they do, how they built their company, some of the marketing they do, and some of the different aspects that go in and around it. We have Michael Breinholt on the show. He's the VP of Marketing and Chief Happiness Officer. Around here in the show, I'm the Chief Unhappiness Officer. We also have Adam Kelly. He's a manager over there, and we've got them both on the show. Welcome, both of you gentlemen. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having us, Chris.
I'm happy.
There you go. He is happy and on deck, Michael. And so give us your .coms. Where do you want people to find you guys in the interwebs? I don't know, any personal social media accounts, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, AmericanLibertySilver.com. So AmericanLibertySilver.com. Mm-hmm. And they can go ahead and get different products and different things. We're still building a lot of stuff out, bringing stuff back up. So
there you go. Anything for you, Adam?
Yeah, that's where you can mainly find us. We are on Instagram, and we are also on Facebook. It's just Liberty Solution is the name for that on Instagram, and you can just follow us on there. We'll have updates, and also you can get some discounts.
There you go. So Michael has been in marketing and owned businesses since 1997. He started his own companies in the real estate industry and quickly built multi-million-dollar businesses to help people open their minds to abundance mentality. And Adam is a widely recognized as a reputable and influential crypto influencer on TikTok. You're probably loving it right now with the resurgence of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You got tips and analysis and on his growing audience. I kind of wish I'd bought it at 20,000 now, when it was at its kind of bottom. So welcome to the show, gentlemen. Give us a 30,000 overview of the company, American Liberty Silver Solution.
Wow. Adam, you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Well, so I guess the 30,000-foot view is silvers have been around for a long time, silver solutions. They've been around forever. It's been in the physician's desk reference until just a little while ago, and it seems like a lot of the chemical industry wants to go ahead and change that and stop that from being able to come out. But there's new technologies that are out there in the market, right? So colloidal silvers, they're a 1-to-1 kill ratio. One colloid kills like one pathogen, right?
Oh, really?
Yep. So now what we've got is we've taken these and we've wrapped it in hydrogen, oxygen molecules. We've put it in an alkaline solution. So instead of killing at 1-to-1 kill ratio, that colloid keeps going over and over and over again, because when it pulls the ion from the pathogen, fires it right back out and keeps pulling and pushing. So it keeps going. So that's kind of the 30,000-foot view. We started this a while ago. We have formulators that are the best formulators in the world. We've saved some of the best stuff for last. We have resonance imprints on the colloids. So it's just a new technology that just does amazing things. So Adam, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, you can go throughout history and see that silver has been used as medicines. Is also was used to stop bacteria from growing in certain liquids throughout time. So all we're doing is we're taking an old remedy and bringing it to a modern twist to really help people out
There
with the
you
new
go.
technology.
There you go.
Oh, and Chris, here's the best part. It won't turn you blue.
Yeah.
We were joking before the show about the Smurf man who drank too much colloidal silver and it turned his skin blue. Yeah.
Yep.
He was probably drinking a lot of that. There's people that do weird stuff. There's a guy who is on TikTok who's in Russia, and I guess he was injecting some sort of gel solution into his arms to give him fake arms. I think it was baby oil, or I think it was some sort of oil. And of course, his body doesn't dissipate this tip of oil and actually stores it, and actually creates health problems and almost killed him. And so, if you see him, he's got. But people don't overdo anything, folks. That's just pretty much what you should do. So, what who does this product help? What sort of ailments can it benefit, et cetera, et cetera?
Good question. So, I'm a board certified traditional naturopath, and so board certified through the American Naturopathic Medical Association. But one of the things that I do with my clients, my patients, the people that I work with, a lot of the times it's all about removing toxicity from the body and then nourishing and building those systems. But what silver does is it starts to take all those pathogens that are inside of the body and starts to kill them off and get rid of them. So we're removing the toxins. Then vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, we start building the body back up so that it can operate properly and function the way that it needs to. But anybody that's got pathogens, which is everybody, anybody that's got toxins, which is everybody, we live in kind of a toxic world, right? Not only emotionally, not only physically, but our environment. So we run into all this stuff. Yeah. But as we remove these toxins, and we improve our immune system, we build our immune system, and this actually supports the immune system so that it can function right, and just helps to support and boost it.
And I know you guys have modified it using the alkaline pH balance. I actually have a alkaline pH canister here that I use. It's got a little alkaline filter in the bottom of it, and so I've been using that for a long time. I like the alkaline sort of function. My father he lived by alkaline solution or alkaline water and loved it. And I know it has some different things in the body. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to quote anything because I'd probably be wrong on all of it. But it's definitely supposed to be good for you. That's my pitch.
Well, what's really great about it is it has no flavor, so you can put it in any drink. I put it in my energy drinks every morning, and I know energy drinks aren't the best for you, but I was an Army guy, and that's how we lived off of.
There you go.
So, I put it in every morning in my drinks, and you would never even know it was in there. You can put in alcohol, water, juice, and you won't even know what's in there, and you're drinking something healthy now.
So I don't recommend the alcohol.
I can mix it with my vodka. Was my joke that I had set up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't recommend energy drinks or any of that stuff. I mean, as a naturopath, it's kind of one of those things that I'm looking at and going, "Oh, Adam, come on, man."
We all have our thing.
Come on, you're upsetting the happiness officer.
Yeah.
You're making the happiness officer unhappy. Come on.
Yeah, it's nice to be high on life, right? It's good. So here, Chris, think about this. This is one of the things that I always tell people. Alkalinity, our body accepts alkalinity. The cells, they'll allow the alkalinity to come in. If it's acid is where cancers are created, right? So when you look at cancers or anything that's inflammation inside of the body, it's a lot of the acidic environment. If you walk into a cancer ward, you'll smell ammonia. Why? Because it's a byproduct of these acids. So think about drinking a bottle of water that came out of the store, the Costco water bottle. You drink it, 5 minutes later you have to pee, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why? Because it's acidic. It just goes right through you. Now, if you drink the alkaline water, like what you're drinking, you drink that, you notice that you don't have to go pee right afterwards because your cells are absorbing it. You're hydrating. Okay. So when you take alkalinity and you go ahead and attach the silver to it, then the alkalinity pulls the silver into the cells and allows it to go ahead and take care of killing off the pathogens.
There you go. That makes sense.
It's letting us do its job.
Yep. So what are some of the pathogens people have in their bodies? Is it like, I don't know, that meth that I'm usually on, or the crack,
that's fine.
or the cocaine or
No, don't worry about that. That's
McDonald's that I'm eating or something?
Yeah, whenever you look at pathogens, I mean, things that create fungus, bacteria, mold, viruses, candida, yeast. So a lot of people have candida and yeast problems. I mean, leaky gut is a huge problem inside of our society.
Oh, there you go, leaky gut.
Yep. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is just when we remove those pathogens, right? The gut walls, the junctions inside of the gut wall can actually heal when they're not being pushed out by all that candida and yeast.
Oh.
So I've got women that get yeast infections all the time, and they've been on this for 6 years, and they don't have yeast infections anymore.
That's pretty darn awesome. I have a few ex-girlfriends that could have used that. I'm not sure what that means, but they were bakers. But anyway, leaky gut's a big deal. We've had a lot of authors and scientists and psychologists and stuff on the show, doctors that have talked about, leaky gut syndrome. I take some gut stuff. It's so funny from all the people we've had on the show and what they've taught me, and hopefully the listeners. Were you guys listening to those shows, folks? I learned more from the show than anybody. And the gut health is so important. I mean, the inflammation that it does to your brain, if it's pissed off, I was going through some really bad gut health at one time because I didn't understand that I have an aversion to milk and lactose, that my workout protein had, lactose fractions in it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you give me a little bit of lactose, like you put it in chocolate, you put it in anything, man, and you're going to have a nuclear sort of system awakening into itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was really hard for me to figure out, am I rebounding from working out last night and everything's just a mess and I'm flushing, or, it took me a long time to figure this out. And I even kept buying lactate-free, milk-free protein, and it turns out it's not 100%.
No.
And man, I was so screwed up for a month. It took like a month, and then it took a while to clean it all out and try and feel like a normal human being again. But it's as close as you can get.
We need to talk then. I'll help you out.
There you go. So tell us, what forms does it come in? How do you order it? How do you take it, and all that sort of stuff?
So right now it comes into a 16-ounce bottle, like this. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Here, I'll show it since you've got your virtual background going.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. You just, and then you can just put it in any drink. You can just actually just take it out of the bottle and drink it through that way. But we do have a couple other products that are going to come out the line. We are going to have a gel solution that comes out that will be good for cuts, bug bites, burns.
Really?
That way it can heal a little faster and keep it from getting infected. Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to come out with a mouthwash.
Oh, really?
Mint flavored, so you can get that bacteria out of your mouth that you've had all day, and gingivitis and whatnot.
How about an enema, so I can mix it with my coffee enema in the morning?
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Either IV or enema, one of the two.
That's easily the way to go.
I recommend a pot a day.
Yeah, another great thing.
Enema.
Yeah, another great thing about it is I have dogs, and I put a little bit in their dog bowl with their water. And my husky has terrible bad breath, and not so much anymore. Like it's really kind of cleaned up her mouth, which has been awesome because when she breathes on you, somehow it's so bad.
You just want to fall over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have two huskies, and if there's anything that has pathogens in them for all the shit they eat, it's huskies. I mean, they're just dumpster dogs. I love them, but they're some of the stuff I've seen them eat and come out the other side are just amazing. I had one of my huskies somehow get a hold of two breasts that were in two Ziploc bags that I was defrosting in the sink. And I didn't think she could get her neck down there and reach it, but they're huskies. And
find a way.
Yeah, she got it. The one bag she punctured, and so somehow that disappeared, but the bag came out. But then the other chicken breast, it was a chicken breast, sizable, came out inside the bag. So that was an interesting discovery. So that tells you what kind of pathogens are in a husky.
Yeah.
I've had foil. She's found foil from the barbecue. Like she'll snag when you're barbecuing and some foil piece you turn your back and foil. Imagine that going through your gut. That'll give you some gut leakage.
Man.
Give them that colloidal silver there.
Put some in that dog dish and they're good to go.
Yeah, dogs eat all sorts of crap and stuff. So there you go.
They do. And like like it's interesting. I've got a dog too, and I mean, she eats all that stuff. She loves socks and scrunchies from my wife's hair, right? And she eats hairballs. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's terrible when that comes out and she can't quite get it out.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I guess we don't have to talk about that stuff.
This has become the dog poop show.
I know. Let's talk about dog poop. I'm not sure why I went there. But
let's start a new vertical and spin this off.
Yeah. So like my daughter, she got sick the other day. She got an earache. And so I put some of the silver in her ear and I just gave her a whole bunch. She just drank it, was drinking it every hour for about 8 hours. Wow. And that was yesterday. She was curled up in a little ball holding her ear. And my wife's like, oh, put a hot pack on it. I'm like, no. So she's off at school today. Off happy as can be. No problems at all.
There you go.
So, I mean, the dogs, they take it. Silver gel, the gel that we're finishing up, they use that stuff in burn units all the time. So we get a sunburn, we put silver gel on, and it's a tan by the next day. It's awesome.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah.
So if you could spotlight for us some of the experts in the field who've used the power of silver for health, or I guess some stories, I guess, is what I have here.
Wow.
So I will say it is not FDA approved.
Okay.
But there is studies all over the world that have done studies on the silver and have had amazing results. Spain did a study saying that they did 30,000 over the recommended dose, and they found no toxicity in the body afterwards, and there was no problem with the people afterwards. So there was no side effects that were negative, even when you took too much of it that were done. So I would say anybody who's planning on maybe taking this, just to do some research, make sure you not just do the research from the United States, but do research around the world, because there is a lot of great studies, especially European countries that have done studies on this that are great studies. Africa uses this a lot for malaria to clean that out, which is really good.
There you go.
Yeah. And I was going to say, we've actually got studies from BYU that show ours against some of the silver sols, the nano silvers, and the colloidal silvers, using large amounts of parts per million. So like 5,000 parts per million as opposed to our 10 parts per million. And it's amazing. Ours completely outperforms the original colloidal silvers, the nano, and the silver sols. It's phenomenal what it does. And I think it's just the alkalinity and the structure, along with the energy imprint that's put on it. So those three things just create a powerhouse that's something that we haven't had for thousands of years, even though it's been used for thousands of years. 964 people in 4 different clinics in Africa, 100% cure for malaria in 5 days, written in medical journals over there, but they won't write it up over here. So things like that. I mean, and malaria is a parasitic infection. So there's another pathogen that's got to go.
Yeah. Malaria is nasty. There you go.
Yeah.
I had a friend lose her legs over malaria.
Oh.
Almost died. Yeah, she got that one thing that kills people, malaria, and technically she should have died, but somehow with modern medicine they were able to keep her alive. And so people use this. They can order it from your guys' website, and you guys feel like yours is really unique because of the alkaline nature and some of the other sort of proprietary things you're doing with it.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. So this has been really interesting, guys. What haven't we touched on, or what questions haven't I asked you they should ask about the product and what it does?
I think we've covered quite a bit. I mean, the whole entire thing is doing your research. And just like what Adam said, there's so many opposing views out there, but most of the opposing views are from people that have a monetary interest in trying to go ahead and create their own thing and steer you away from something that's going to take care of stuff. There's so many things I'd love to say, but I probably shouldn't, and I'll just keep it to myself.
Okay. All right, there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think what sold me on it is my son got really sick from school. He had a stomach ache. He's only 4 years old, so he's in preschool. School called me to come pick him up. I bring him home and do the parent thing where you make him chicken soup and try to get him, better. And as soon as he had the chicken noodle soup, he threw up like it all out. And I was like, okay, something's wrong. So I put a little silver in his glass of water and he drank it. 2 hours later, like nothing happened. It just was crazy fast. And I was like, all right, there's definitely something more to this. I'm not a scientist by any means, but I go off of proof of what I see and what I can testify to myself.
He calls me up and he's like, hey, Mike, it works. It works. I'm like, Yeah, I told you.
There you go. I should use it after Taco Bell night because we
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
next
definitely.
morning. Yeah. There you go. So it looks like you guys use it. You manufacture it using structured water at a pH level of 7.4 or higher. I know that, like the pH systems that I'm using, they're just these kind of filter things, and I try and drink one a day. And then if you want to do the whole sticks where you can take a whiz on the sticks and see what your pH is, you can do all that stuff. I was kind of interested in that stuff for a while, but you do it at pH level 7.4 or higher for immune support. I know the alkaline thing is like a good thing for your body. If you have too much alkaline, I don't know, you turn to limestone or something, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you don't have enough. It's one of the two. I'm not a scientist, people. Don't
quote me on that.
Don't start a conspiracy cult or a TikTok meme. Thank you.
Right.
No, I don't
Well,
know.
and I guess one of the things that we have to look at alkalinity in is our body is such a delicate structure of alkalinity and acid. Just like a dog. I mean, your dog can eat that chicken breast, or they can go out and eat a dead animal on the side of the road, and the bacteria and the acid that's inside of their stomach, that acid kills off all the bad bacteria. Okay. So our skin is acidic. Our stomach is acidic, but our blood is alkaline. As soon as our blood starts to get acidic, there becomes a real problem, right? Our brain is alkaline. I mean, all these different structures are acid or alkaline. But our body has to take and balance stuff according to what our immune system does to function and to put those markers in place and put them where they're supposed to be. I mean, from our A1Cs to our cholesterols, our triglycerides, I mean, everything has to be in the right space for everything to function right. So, yeah, I think it's important to look at the alkalinity in allowing things to go into the cells right, and allowing our immune system to be able to function and to be able to build the body and to fight off infection and fight off any pathogens that are coming into our body.
Yeah. And we take in a lot of pathogens, all the crap we eat and all the complex stuff and all that stuff. So as we go out, give us your final pitch out to everybody on checking out your guys' website, how to onboard, how to, check out the product, all that sort of stuff.
Adam, go ahead. I'll let you talk first.
Yeah. So
Not too much.
Great thing. Yeah, you can go to our website, AmericanLibertySilver.com. You can order it directly from there. Keep in mind, we are doing some tweaks on the website to where we are going to be offering some discounts here soon. And also those other products should be ready here pretty soon. We're just kind of wrapping up a few tweaks here and there. But so not only will you be able to get the alkaline silver, but you get also the gel soon and also the mouthwash. We're just getting the manufacturing wrapped up on that stuff. So that's going to be good. What I would say is, just before you order it, make sure you do some research. Make sure it's a right fit for you and your family before you just start taking random supplements like this, because you don't want to ever bring your body into any harm, which we don't think it will, but we want to make sure everyone's safe.
There you go.
Yeah. And here's my thought. I mean, in this world of crazy, chaotic stuff that's going on, and in this world where we actually have food that's not food anymore, it's all genetically engineered, genetically modified, has MSGs, monosodium glutamates, we've got food dyes, we've got colorings, we've got, sprays that we put on top of an apple to make a false skin to make sure that it doesn't rot over 6 months so that it can sit on the store shelves. Yep. So you walk in the produce section, what's food in there? I mean, what doesn't have pesticides and herbicides on it? What doesn't have these false skins? Right? Now we walk down the other aisles and it's like, oh, all this stuff is in a box. It's a box, right? Box food, box garbage. So that's all processed. Then we go to the dairy aisle and what's not pasteurized, what's not radiated, what's not destroyed, what is food? Yeah. And so we have such a balance that we have to live our lives in of taking in good food, proper food, reducing those toxic loads, and then how do we remove the toxic load and the pathogens and the things that we already have inside of us? How do we help our liver to function right? How do we help our kidneys to start working right and clearing out those toxins? How do we give our skin, our largest organ, the support that it needs to be able to function right? So those are the things that I would say. I mean, we want to make sure that we've got good products. That's one of the reasons why we created American Liberty Silver, is because we want good products on the shelves for people to be able to use that are going to help them. I only care about results. As taking a Hippocratic oath of do no harm, my job is to do the right thing for my patients every single time. Now, I need them to have results. I can't give them garbage stuff that's fillers and packers from China. I have to have the right stuff in front of them. So that's what I'd say. Do your research, take a look at American Liberty Silver, and see what you think.
There you go. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
There you go.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. And thanks, artists, for tuning in. To everyone, go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss 1 on the TikTok. Go to the Chris Voss LinkedIn newsletter, the Chris Voss 130,000 group that's over there, and ChrisVossFacebook.com. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys next time.